Hitching Rides with Buddha by Will Ferguson. I suppose calling Will Ferguson a national treasure right off the bat will compromise my objectivity as a reviewer, but I feel obligated to confess that he's one of my favorite writers ever from any country. The fact that he's Canadian is a coincidental little bonus. Ferguson is best known as a humorist who focuses on the idiosyncrasies of life in Canada. He makes fun of everything, with an eye to the hypocritical and absurd. It's all done with such clear affection, though, that we forgive his occasionally uncomfortable insights, and he is insightful. Sounds quintessentially Canadian, right? He is. But one of Ferguson's most accomplished books is set several continents away. Hitching Rides with Buddha is an account of the months he spent thumbing rides through Japan, which everyone, including the people who picked him up, told him would be impossible. Apparently, the Japanese don't stop for hitchhikers. Aside, this detail has stuck with me. It's absolutely bizarre how many people, immediately after welcoming him into their cars, assure him that nobody in Japan would ever stop for a hitchhiker. Ferguson presents himself as a large, lumbering, culture-shocked Canadian, which may not be totally inaccurate. He gets a lot of mileage out of it, and, sometimes, the shtick gets a little tired. But hold on, and you'll see that there's more to him. The first hint we get that Ferguson's self-deprecating self-portrait might be incomplete is when he decides on his route. Ferguson chooses to start in the south of Japan and head north. He's going to follow the cherry blossom front. It's a remarkably poetic decision for a man who implies that his idea of cultural exchange is trading beer for sake. Such moments are scattered throughout the book. Pay attention, or they might get lost among all the broad, affable humor. But they're there, and they're lovely. Take Ferguson's visit to a Shinto shrine. His description of that experience is both earthly and ethereal, and, although I'm not much for spirituality, I think it represents some of his best writing. My favorite thing about Hitching Rides with Buddha is how Ferguson focuses on the daily life of Japan. He spends most of the book introducing us to people, describing what their homes look like, where they work, how they cook their food. He uses these details to examine the complicated process of honoring Japanese tradition while living in a very modern country. And he does it all with an impressive mix of respect and honesty. Fortunately, respect doesn't stop Ferguson from skewering things like love hotels. These establishments are operated primarily for the purpose of providing people with a discreet place to have sex. You can check in without seeing a receptionist. Payment is made via a chute in your room that delivers your money to management, and condoms are provided. Ferguson's account of the night he spent alone in a love hotel is probably the funniest part of the book. All this is rendered in breezy, casual prose that takes time to appreciate. It's a little deceptive, really. Ferguson's jokey approach works well with his writing style, and you could mistake him for a lightweight. Every once in a while, though, he delves a little deeper, as he does in that Shinto shrine passage, and the book feels almost lyrical. Hitching Rides with Buddha can be heavy-handed at times, but it's a great introduction to a fantastic Canadian writer. If you enjoy travel literature, you'll enjoy this. And once you're finished, go to the library and get Why I Hate Canadians. It's even better.